Hello, people. Alright, today for the first video, I might do a couple today, I'm not sure, but I just wanted to share a back to basics video, and this is for those of you who don't have enough money for things like an iPad or the really expensive gear. I just wanted to do this video to show you how I started. When I was younger, excuse all this mess, my mum used to do a lot of drawing. I used to sit and copy her, and she'd use things like wallpaper and if she could get hold of a piece of paper, she'd draw on it. And I just wanted to show you that this is basically all you need. You can even use like the introductory board, the whitewash board with the marker. But I'll share a couple of pictures I did when I was younger. It was a long time ago. It was before I changed my name. This is done in biro in just a blank exercise book, and that one as well. I used to be a pantling, and I changed to a pet for my mum and dad's two different names. Yeah, that is basically all I did these with was a biro and a pencil, and it's just an example of you don't need a lot of money to get yourself started. If you can get hold of a pad like this, that is all you need, really, because you have to get used to drawing on the lines, but that once you've done it a few times, it's really, it's not a problem. And yeah, I I use a lot of expensive stuff. I use a lot of decent pads. Just make sure this video's going. Yeah, I use a lot of decent pads, decent pencils, and the things that I've bought over the years that I've found work for me. But when I started, my my stepdad used to work in a printers, and he bought a big reel of blue printer paper. And that's another thing you can use is copy paper. I use that a lot. And it's really all you need to get started. Get yourself started drawing. I mean, even like these lines, they work out good for guidance when you're drawing. As long as you can get your pencil eraser on there. It's less than probably £3 with this stuff, I'd say. And yeah, I mean, you've probably seen a lot of artists studios that they've got everything in there, and you look at it and think that it's got to have cost thousands of pounds. And yes, it has over time when you've built your stuff up. But if you're just getting into drawing, you don't want to be using really expensive stuff, because like the expensive paper is Bristol board. If you draw straight onto that when you haven't got a lot of experience, you're gonna end up losing money, because it's decent paper. I think it's about £6 or £7 for a pad of 20, and you don't want to be wasting that. Yeah, I wanted to do this video to show you that I'm saying you don't need a lot of money, and it's easy for me to say that, but I'd much rather do a little sketch to show you that what I'm saying I can put into practice. Because yeah, decent art equipment does cost. I'm not going to deny that. The pads, the decent pads, are probably about £4 or £5 for the decent paper. Whereas a jotter pad, you can probably pick them up for under £1. Biros, I mean, you can even buy them in packs if you've got enough money to. But I just want to keep emphasizing that you don't have to spend a lot of money to get yourself drawing. It's like I said, my mum used to draw on the back of wallpaper. And like the paper bits of these pads, she'd draw on them as well. And yeah, it's like I said a minute ago, the whitewash boards, you draw on them, you can rub out things that you don't want and then use it again. So it actually works out that they're very practical for drawing. Don't use a Sharpie, that is one thing I've learned of you. I used a Sharpie pen on a whitewash board to see if it would come off, because I had no idea, so that is just what I'm like. If I don't know something, try it. And yeah, the Sharpie pens do not come off. Use the ones that come with a washboard. And yeah, this drawing here, I'm doing this straight out my head. It's not of anyone in particular. The more you do it, more practice you get in, you'll be able to do this in the end. And excuse the shadows, it's just bad lighting at the minute. I've got to get a daylight bulb for my lamp. Put a smile on her face. Bit of a smile. Yeah, I'm actually enjoying this, going back to the basics of it. I see a lot of videos of people who've used so many different bits of equipment, and yeah, I'm guilty for that with my very detailed pictures. Went over the line then. It's very important you enjoy what you're drawing. I think I've said it a lot in my videos, and I will keep saying that, because if you're drawing something you don't particularly like drawing, it probably isn't going to come out as well as something you've got a passion for. As you can tell, I've got a passion for drawing beautiful women. Yeah, I mean, if you were to do this with just like I've done with a pen and pencil, you'll be able to keep your drawings, and it, by making mistakes with your biro, like I did there, went over the line a bit, you'll be able to learn from it and try and refrain from doing that next time. I could turn this into a full drawing, to be honest, because what I would do is I'd either take a photograph or put it on a backlit screen, or even I've used a window before, taped it to a window when the sun's out, and go over it and put it on a piece of Bristol board and turn it into a full-fledged drawing. Okay, some of these lines that shouldn't be there. It's not difficult to spot the ones that shouldn't be there. yeah, to get the experience to teach yourself, because that's what's most important. I've found with drawing is teaching yourself, not necessarily doing it exactly how you're taught, because how I do it won't necessarily be what suits you. But this is an excellent way to be able to teach yourself the different ways of drawing and what way will suit you best. Excuse me. Another thing we can do is work out light, which I've had a problem with in the past, where the light will sit if the light was coming in this way or that way. You can basically work out shadows. And if you put them in and they don't look right, take them back out again. We've been drawing in the notepad. It's not really wasted a lot of paper, or expensive paper, I should say. And yeah, I've used one of the Stedler pencils, which are one of my favourite, is probably my favourite pencil. But you can use whatever you've got. If it's just a coloured pencil that you found somewhere, try it. It's important to remember necessity is the mother of invention. Start looking around your house, see what you got. And yeah, what I mean by that is have a look in pen holders and give different pens a go and see what suits you. Yeah, for a bigger drawing, this is a good way to map out where shading like this would sit on your next drawing, because what you can do if you've got an iPad is you can make it bigger so it fits like an A4 piece of paper, and this will be good for mapping it out to where to put that on your main drawing. So this is drawn in a way that the light is coming in from the angle that the light is actually coming in from. But obviously you just put these on the opposite side if you wanted it that way. One thing I like to do with my drawings, you'll see like this one, I mean that's black for obvious reasons, but background colour. In fact, on the main drawing, what I'd do is I'd put all the background colour in first. Well, not all of it, because if you want to go into detail, that's a different matter. But if you're doing it black, you can. But pencil and black biro go together really well. I definitely recommend giving them a go if you haven't already. I'm now at the stage I get to with drawings where it's probably time to stop, but I just carry on anyway. She's alright, isn't she? And yeah, that is basically it. It doesn't hurt to draw on, even on things like this. If you want to practice your hands, for example, where the knuckles will just sit. You only really need small paper for it. So yeah, that's a good enough pad to draw in. So I would say the biggest tip from this video is don't underestimate the power of this equipment, because as you've seen, you can do drawings in it. You can do all your practice drawings in one of these before you actually go onto a pad if you want to, like a proper drawing pad. So yeah, I'll leave it there today, and I hope this has been some use to you.